Good morning, everyone. I'm Rini Ledgerwood, and welcome to the Women's Coffee Club. We created this club to provide a safe space for women to share and inspire each other. And this morning, we are so grateful to have Ghazala Jabeen. Did I say that right, Ghazala?
You did.
As our guest speaker. She's the founder of the number one marketing machine and no stranger to this group for sure. And her topic this morning is how to amp up your presentation through, your profile through powerful presentations. So, with that, Ghazala, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about your background and then go ahead and start with your presentation. Welcome
Thank,
again, everyone, and thank you.
thank you, thank you. And first of all, I just want to thank you, Rini, for giving me this space to share with my sisters here, a little bit not only about myself, but the great work that collectively we're doing in supporting each other. And also a happy World Book Day. And as you know, I am a self-published author of my #1 best-selling book, Loved, Lived, Lost. So I could not let today's day go by without sharing that with you. It is a personal journey of mine, having lost my dear Martin, my husband of 25 years, to pancreatic cancer. And it's the real journey, the raw, real journey of my life as a single mom, not by choice, but by tragedy, and how I navigated through to getting my children successfully going their own ways, passing through university, getting their life and holding their own flags and doing their own wonderful, amazing things out there. So I'm very proud about those. Achievements that they've, accomplished. And also for all the ladies, for tomorrow, because we're here today, but for tomorrow, happy International Women's Day as well to you all, because that's tomorrow's big day. So massive congratulations to all that you're achieving for that as well. And I'm glad today that I can share a little bit about my presentation alongside as one of the international women recognized. So I'm based in Wales in United Kingdom. I live on a beautiful coast of North Wales. So the front of my house overlooks the ocean and the back of my house overlooks the valleys and the sheep and the countryside. And it's just beautiful setting. Every morning, every day, I get sunrises, sunsets. It's just gorgeous setting that I have. And if you're ever in the UK and you're heading near Wales, you give me a shout and come over and see me, all right? Welcome to my home, as they say. So my work really has been a story of kind of fighting for education. And then here I am delivering education around the world, not speaking a word of English, to presenting internationally on stages and world's, different platforms, really, to what I've done and how I've done it. Often people say to me, you speak so well and everything you say is effortlessly said. And I say to them, you have no idea that I could not even string 3 words to a sentence at one time. And I've had to really work to achieve that. But also being a student of lifelong learning, I've had some wonderful mentors and great people on my journey that have helped me pave my way, that now I pave way for others as well. So as one leader to another leader, we work together in collaborations, partnerships, and most recently, in fact, this year in January, what a way to start the year. I was nominated and then given the appointment of becoming the chairperson for the country of Wales. And for some of them, that people that don't know, but I do play football as well when I'm not writing a book or teaching business or doing Bollywood dancing. I do play football, women's football team for North Wales Dragons, because that's our symbol. The North Wales is the red dragon. So with that, I'm now putting together with the founders of the North Wales Dragons, and I'm a team player and a trustee, director of the Dragons as well. We're now putting together a women's football team. There is one in San Diego. We have connections with them as well, actually. And we're getting together with a team of ladies of all nations in London, and that is going to be, we're going to go down and train them. I couldn't even kick a ball. Now I'm going to train. So anything is possible, right? But my football journey was more about really grief, really handling grief, getting out of my 4 walls of my house, of my sadness, to kick a ball just to change the scenery. And then suddenly I'm now a football player. Usually I used to play defense. Now I'm midfielder. And now they keep putting me up to center because they say, Gaz, you got the power to take it on. And I'm like, wow. So Yeah, I have been bashed and bruised, but I will still get back on the pitch. I do have my number 10 is my special number of my team. So I carry that around the pitch and they're like, get the Jabeen on the number 10, watch her. And it's quite funny. So anyway, today I wanted to bring together with you the area of my most expertise is business growth. I do as a coach in 3 parts as a coach. I do personal development coaching for people on the journey for transformation. I do fitness coaching because I've been teaching as a fitness instructor, Bollywood dancing, but more for fitness levels. And then business coaching for people from individuals, sole traders, to small companies, to large corporate organizations, to multi-million pound companies where I'm hired as a coach to take those people and their projects on. So it's a big tall order sometimes for me, but I wanted to take this moment to prepare a presentation that nobody's ever seen before on this one, especially for Rini and our coffee club here, right here. So I'm also going to put in for the chat my details for later. You can connect with me and information. I'm going to do it because in case I need to answer any chats ever, but I'll put that into there for you guys. But if I now share my screen and I'll take you through a powerful presentation to help you guys to amp up your profile through powerful presentations. That's the theme. So here we go. Okay. And if you can just let me know you can see that all right. Thumbs up. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. So again, this year really was for me when I was looking at how do we, get ourselves be out there better visibility wise, as well as, who are we, what we do and things like that. Most of the people work hard to keep presenting themselves, but also what they're offering. How do they present what they offer to other people as well? And the term amping it up, amp up your profile means visibility wise, but show up more so than anybody else. If people are doing similar type of things to you, how do you shine your own light more upon yourself? And this is where I wanted to share some key points for you to help you. And then I'll answer any questions that you may have as well. So AMP, let's go through the 3 words of AMP. First one is amplification. Amplification, again, the process to increase strength, magnitude, or impact, improving your visibility. So really ask yourself, when I present my business or my products or both, or just individually yourself, am I really putting strength to it? Is it gonna be impactful? Will people remember me, or will I be the quite shy person behind the scenes that nobody really knew I was there? So again, how do they know you? Most people these days, before they used to know me as Ghazala Jabeen, the Bollywood queen. That was me, my amping my profile. And then it was Ghazala Jabeen, the football player. And nowadays it's Ghazala Jabeen, the #1 marketing machine. So my profile goes, because it's amplified in my persona, my swagger, my style. I present out there so people never forget. When they think about marketing, they think #1 marketing machine. When they think Bollywood, they think Ghazala Jabeen, Jabeen the Queen. And again, and now we're on to the ladies football team and they say, oh yeah, Ghazala plays too. So ask yourself, what is it you do and how can you really hold your own in that space of your work? So second thing is M for modernization. I see so many people stuck in old ways. They really haven't come up with today's trend. They do business like they used to years ago. It's like your CV. If you're sending your CV to a company to hire you, they don't want to know about 10 years ago what you did. They want to know recently what you've done. They're very on point of what matters now, what you've done within the last 10 years, so that they're looking at your current day stuff. They only ever look at past stuff just for formality, like your education, stuff like that. So in your business, the process of updating, ask yourself across the social media, how much of your profiles you have, and when was the last time you updated your emails, your website, or the content on your website? What was the technology that you've used? Have you made the changes to that? Have you adapted new concepts of the way people do it? Like some people have lead generation forms online. Your own website even gives you the chance to create a new page that is dedicated to a lead generation, or a blogging, vlogging space that you can use that for and divert traffic to it. That's again knowing technology or understanding somebody who does know the technology that you can reach to and say, hey, I need your help. The other thing is current trends. You know, it's like anything. There are so many things we used to do before that were quite good trends and people did this, that, and the other. For example, if you've been onto my TikTok, oh my God, if you haven't, you need to, because if you ever are allowed to or ever want to see something in diverse way, you will see that in TikTok, I will do a lip sync of a song, a very well-known song. I'm quite happy to share that even here for you in a minute, just to show you the diversity to presenting in a professional business woman presenting business proposals. But you'll also see me having light-hearted, fun way with it, where people get to know the personality. People need to feel you're a real person. You have a laugh as well. You're not just all regimented doing business and it's boring. They want to see your fun aspect as well. Also, again, it's the process of learning not only the new concepts, but the standards in which you got to work with. For example, certain platforms, social media platforms, have certain practices or etiquette on how you deliver your messages out there and understand the system in which you're working with as well. So modernization is bring yourself as a student of today's learning is understand that I don't know it, but I'm going to put an hour aside a week and I'm going to learn that system. Even if you choose 3 areas that you want to improve on, whether it's online, one of the social media platforms, and understand that even Facebook has got an area for educating you to get better audiences driving traffic to you. To give you an example, on my Instagram, which is connected to my Facebook account, I found this really funny video of a cat. I was sharing this in my lunch and learn club. This cat was too funny. It was sitting on its own little cat baskety thing, and this little baby toddler was going to go up to see the cat. The cat to the human and the human to the animal engagement was quite funny. The cat looked horrified at this toddler coming to it. As the toddler tried to touch it, it pulled back. Then it pulled the other paw up, and you kind of felt it's going to lash out to the child. But it didn't. It was just so scared of the human. It was so funny. I was laughing myself out loud and then thinking, I hope somebody doesn't hear me because they're going to lock me away, thinking she's completely lost her marbles, laughing on her own. But anyway, I decided to share that video on my Instagram that somebody else had shared it. But because by nature, it automatically went to Facebook as well, I got less than a week, I got 50,000 people liking it and sharing it and getting my name out to 50,000 people's areas out there. People liking it, sharing it, and it just went crazy. And now I can't stop this thing. It's just gone viral. So little things like that is, again, understand where's the trend. It doesn't have to be just business. Have something funny that you've seen or something that's really woken you up and made you have a laugh and made you have a feel-good factor. Share it. By default, you will ride with that nice trend and that will carry on. So again, modernization is be on point of what's really moving today. Then, of course, the most important thing is presentation. You know something? Most people say, you know, I hate selling. And to be honest, I didn't even understand what selling was. What I did do was present what I have on offer, present it in such a way that for me to deliver information that's creating an impact, that actually creates an engagement, that creates the conversion, the sale gets done without selling because you've done a fantastic, strong presentation. This is making the journey for that audience of yours, the target audience, whether it's a client, customer, prospect, a journey that they've enjoyed following through and they're on the page with you and they want to go to the next good space with you. Show also that you know the innovation is you bring in very current factual information. If it's an ingredient that's powerful, used in a formula for something we eat or drink or fitness-wise weight loss, share that. Say this, you have no idea, but the berry juice of here, it's the skin of that actually was creating the impact. I can tell you something because I was working with a scientist in Italy who's got his own farming. It's all organic farming. And they shared with me something really powerful about olives. We all eat olives. Well, not all of us, not everybody likes olives, but anyway, people who do, but they also know the power of olive oil to cook with. This, they were saying, was not the oil out of the olives or the actual olives. It was actually the water, the juice side of it, not the oil. They separate the oil and the water out of it. And it's the powerful, potent properties in the water that was actually extracted away from oil that had a higher impact on the Mediterranean diet, which was the bigger impact of what that was. I was like, wow, there was innovation that nobody really thought of. And the innovation was because they had created a machine in Germany that actually was doing this process that created a brand new product from it. And I was like blown away. And I was like, when do I get this? They're like little shots that you took. So that was that. And again, you have to be prepared that when you're presenting, what are you doing regards the offline and online presentations? Today, I'm doing an online presentation, so I'm using a slideshow. If you're in offline space, do you hand out sheets to people to have a look at so they're on the same page? Do you get them physically engaging with you, physical body, maybe get them to stand, make sure that they're with you, make sure that when you're presenting, everybody's awake. If they're not awake, you've lost them. And guess what? The other thing is, take big pauses. Because people think, what? Is it all finished? They wake up. So you have to get them waking up, right? Just pause and let them think. But also the other part of body language is not physically how we stand or physically how we move or the arms or the language of, no. Body language covers from your vocal cord. You can actually talk really quietly like this if you want to between that. Or you can absolutely blow their mind away with information. So change your octave level as well and have the silences and actually wow them and actually bring your movement so that people are keeping their eye, that you just got to be so, they've got to be so fascinated, they don't know what's going to happen next and they don't want to blink in case they miss it. So presentations come in so many ways, not just the resources that you use to present with, but yourself that you present with in your full body language, physically and vocally, that you need to present to do that. And again, the question then people are thinking is that when they are listening to you, who are you? You know, what does your profile say about you? Of course, my profile says a lot because I do a lot. And from teaching Bollywood, teaching business, playing in football, but doing community charity work, most people get to know that I represent a lot of organizations on a volunteer basis. As a humanitarian, I do so much in community projects. The other thing about it is that to improve your engagement, we're going to look at a couple of things there. And how do you even ask the right questions? I'm going to come to these questions when I've done this presentation to you, and I'll share why I've asked what I've asked. And then, of course, what is your message to the people? What do they get by you? If somebody's seeing Ghazala Jabeen, what's Ghazala Jabeen's message? You know, for now, there are many messages that I'm giving in my different roles that I work with. And then the other thing we're going to look at is the best call to action. So many people, when they've got their profile or they're presenting a post, they say, for more information, message me. Actually, that's the worst thing that you should have. That's the worst thing. Because number one, message me for what? To you leaving it with them and you've not put anything else in. It's what we call the fluffy call to action, which is just fluff. It doesn't mean anything. It has to be so specific. It should be to get registered on the list for our new applicants. My email below will take you through a registration form, and here's my telephone number, and directly message me with your email and I can send you the free information on more about our program. That's specific. You've told them where to go, you've given them numbers, you've given more actions to that. People know that by doing so, this is what's going to happen. But when you say, you know, for more info, you know, click here, it's not enough. It's what is it clicking them that's going to make them do it, then they're likely to do it. So the key areas to focus on is, again, who are you? So ask yourself, if you're looking at one profile of yours online, from your website to your social media to the cross-board of your social media, are they all in sync? So make a note of that and then do some homework along that to see what it is. And what is it that you do? I have one, what is it I do? I give people one link. If you go onto my Facebook page, it says, who am I? What do I do? For the answers, click here. It takes people to my link tree. And when they go to my link tree, and I'll show you my link tree, it will give them everything I do, and it will fit in with different people for different things. Right. And the other thing is, of course, is when you do engage online and offline, there are different ways to do it. You could be talking to somebody in person, offline. It might be somebody's wearing a yellow top, and just ask them, say, hey, the lady in the yellow top, could you just stand up a moment? And then bring that attention to them. Everybody thinks, oh, what's going to happen next? And then ask them a question, and say, by the way, I just wanted to say that that yellow that you're wearing is actually the exact same color as something that I bought yesterday, or something that resonates with something, and you stood out for me. It's beautiful, and I just wanted to compliment you. If you only just did that, it just brings people on engagement for you better to do that. And then again, same with the online space as well. Something that somebody said, pick up that thing, what they've said, and then follow on from it, and they feel acknowledged. Then the other thing is your platform right for your audience? Who is it you're looking to achieve in your business? Where will you find them? If you're on LinkedIn and you're doing business, it's the most reputable business platform that everybody and anybody can use. The question is that what you can't just go posting your stuff and hope that people come to you, because that's not how it's going to happen. I'm a professional at LinkedIn. I'm a verified account on LinkedIn. People don't even know how to get themselves verified on LinkedIn. What does verification mean? Is you're a credible profile in LinkedIn. They've checked you out, and to work with somebody like me, I have the tick that is an approved certified member of LinkedIn profile that's been verified. People will be likely to do more business with me through that, as they do, because you should see my inbox. it goes crazy, because that credibility is already in place. And then, as I say, what your call to action is, again, very, very important. For example, give you some examples. If you're at the end of your post or the end of your message, as I will be doing with you today here, the call to action is, what happens now? They like you. They like what you said. What if they want to do more with you? Your call to action should be, so I hope you've liked what I've shared with you. I was going to share with you about how to amp up your profile whilst doing your powerful presentations. And more importantly, I've gone through certain areas that I wanted to. The next thing is, you may want to learn further. So where to go next? Well, you can shop with me and take one of my courses. You can actually learn more about some of the projects I'm working with. You can sign up to one of my latest programs I'm just releasing, or you can get started with me on a free strategy call for 30 minutes so that I can understand what is it you're trying to achieve, and give you a free 30-minute session. You can also come to join me on my Lunch and Learn clubs, which will give you free training tips once a month to help you in all aspects, from business growth, personal growth, and lifestyle changes. So those are specific call to action. So ask yourself, what is it you're doing? Or what is it missing there that's not getting you the people on board as well? So the question is, when we do, find out who our audience is, the first one is one-to-ones. This is your client to client. It could be your strategy session. That now you're on a one-to-one. Or if you're going for a job interview, it's a one-to-one. Or if you're presenting to the decision maker, it's a one-to-one. The question is, what do they need to know? What's your objective of what you're presenting, and what do you want the outcome? Because you need to have that all in place. Secondly, you can be doing a small group presentation like I'm doing now, more to a private small group. And the presentation, some people one-to-one they're happy with, suddenly they got small group and they're like, oh my goodness, they're all judging me. And then they get a bit scared. And then because some person may be an expertise in a certain field of it, and you're feeling a little bit vulnerable, just go in to do the group presentation based on what you're about, with the confidence, deliver, because that moment is yours. The spotlight on you. You don't worry about anybody else's expertise. More importantly is, what's your message to them, and what do you want as the outcome, and where's your call to action? That's a powerful presentation because it's structured. And then you might be in a big auditorium for larger events, where now it's not engagement one-to-one with a group and getting feedback. Now it's a large-scale message that those people, the best way you could, like I did, my largest audience has been 30,000, just so you know, right? It's a huge audience. My next biggest one was, I think it was about 16,000. And then it was a larger audience of 10,000. in those audiences, I said to the people, by the way, if you do want to know a little bit more about Bollywood Burnout, click on here, go check this out, and you will be able to engage with me. So if you are fortunate to have a large organization like this, make sure there and then, I mean, I've been so cheeky, I've done a live. I was so cheeky, they couldn't believe what I did. I said to everybody right on the training, I said, can you all do me a favor? You all got your mobile phones? They went, yep. Okay, get your mobile phones out. They're like, oh, normally they tell us to put it on silent. She's telling us to get it out. I said, right now, click on Google or click on this page and you'll see number one marketing machine. Click that and click that to like it, because from now on, I will acknowledge you, give you a shout out to my page, and you will be actually knowing everything that I do, and I'll be able to enhance. And also, who knows, I can actually interview you at one of my spotlights on the businesses. There and then, don't miss an opportunity to draw the target audience or the people that's there to know more about you, because you've got a spotlight for a certain moment. Create that impact and let people know, because suddenly in one small 10-minute slot, suddenly you can have 1,000, 2,000, 20,000 people that actually knows about you because you just made them take some action. That's impactful for sure. And I went live on it all around the world on one of my calls. The way when I went to number one bestseller of my book is not only did I have an audience in front of me like this, but I also was doing a live stream and telling everybody, go straight to Amazon. Here's the link in this live at the bottom in the comments. Click it today. We want to go number one. And in no time at all, less than 24 hours, we went live. Okay, so call to action for you guys as well right now is what happens next. This is one of my programs that I am doing together with a very good friend of mine, which most people who know is Russ Devan. He has done 40 years in the industry of direct sales and network marketing. And we put a really nice mini masterclass program for people who are still struggling, but they just need the boost in their business. And it's a 5-day program. And I'm going through in deep dive with him, with people that's going to be in the program. It's going to be interactive. We're going to cover the clarity at the outset, which is the mapping. We're going to cover the structure and strategy, because without that, it's a fail. And then we're going to talk about the most important thing in any business is without marketing, you can't create sales. So we're creating the Sales and Marketing Unleashed. Then it's about sparking engagement and the golden tips for follow-ups, the powerful ones. And then most important is the accountability and time management to maintain current success of what you've implemented, and then to continue from good work thereon. This is a 5-day program, courses and the modules built within that. The program is worth over $2,985, and we've put all 5 programs because people financially are hurting right now, and we just wanted to give our free mentorship to them, but only for them are only paying for the actual modules that we're covering. So all 5 of the modules, all inclusive, 1 hour each module recorded, yours to keep for life, is $495 for all of them, and they're there. And we first 20 people registered before the 10th of March are there, booked, ready to go from it. So I can again send more information. I'll put it in the group. I did check with Rini already with permission to share this with you guys. Out of respect, I always like to check if it's etiquette correct to allow for me to share this. But people always say, I want to learn this. I want to know this. I don't know. I learned one thing. When I got my structure and strategy in place, I put all these other elements, my business started to rock. Getting clients at $3,000 per client. I put 12 grand in 1 month in my business because I put all these elements into place in my business. So with that concludes today's presentation to share with you about how to amp up your profile to create those powerful presentations. To get my job has always been to help you present like a pro and sell like a superstar, because if you present right, sales are going to come, then you're a superstar. And your vision, mission, journey is right at the beginning, the whole strategy implemented to create your success. And to contact me on programs or more profile about what am I about and who am I myself and all the things I've gone through in presentation, just go to number1marketingmachine.com, and also you can email me and that information is there for you. That concludes today's presentation. I just want to show my appreciation for your time to listen to me, but I know I've delivered a lot and it is recorded for you, so you'll be able to replay that. And back to you, Rini. Thank you for your respect, love, and the time and platform.
Thank you so much, Ghazala. So much information and very impactful So with that, let's open it up for Q&A. Let's start with Gada, since you're on my screen, the first person on my screen to my right. What is your aha from the presentation? What did you get from it? What did you learn? And or any other feedback you have?
Thank you, Ghazala. It's always a pleasure to listen to you, really. And everything was fantastic. You are an inspiration. And every time I listen to you, there is something that's like, aha. So there is always ahas there. And today, actually, what really stood out for me is the amplification. And modernization. It's very important to always upgrade ourselves. That is definitely the world is changing a lot. It's very at very fast how say space, and we need to move with it. So thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you so much for those good words. And yes, these two words are very much of bringing ourselves up now more with the amplification. And you're right, the world is changing so much. We just got to stay on the course and keep ahead of the times, for sure.
Thank you, Gada. And for me, it's like, first of all, you have to be clear with what you're doing and the strength that you have, and how do you amp up your profile? Like, you need to know yourself first before you can do that. So that's what I learned. Lori.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. It was absolutely amazing. It really resonated with me because technology is something that I'm learning, and there was some really helpful hints about how to, expand my profile and stuff like that, because I am also a person that is diversifying my confidence in many different areas, and I only have like one thing that I'm actually talking about on my social media. So I think that that'll be really helpful to expand that.
Wonderful, wonderful to hear that, Laurie. Thank you so much for that. And I'm glad even tiny bit that can make a difference for you to improve on is been valuable. So appreciate your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. So Ghazala, if you're doing different things, do you include that in your profile, or how do you do that?
What I'd love to just quickly give you a snippet clip of my Linktree profile, which I said when people go onto one page of mine, they literally, let me just give this quick share to you, just so you can see, because when you are doing different things, let me just share with you on here. Okay, so you can see that the first one that is bubbling up here is the most important one, which is the #1 marketing machine. So I do put on one profile all the different things. #1 marketing machine, Bollywood burnout, author, public speaker. Those are the kind of things that they see what I am about because you only have a limited wording. And then I put as business growth specialist, which is what it's about. So for people who want to know about this, so if they were to click this, they would go straight over to my website, as you can see, straight to there, and all the things that I do, including the lunch and learn clubs, the free clubs that I do for people. And if they then come into the Bollywood Burnout Talk Show, they go there. If they go to the Facebook page of that, if they go to the different clubs of mine, they can do it. If they want to go and order my book, they go straight onto Amazon. They can see the book right there that they can place an order with. When I've done podcasts for the Network Marketing Magazine, or when I said about the TikTok of mine, the funniest videos of all. I mean, if you've ever done this or seen it, not seen it, but just to give you an idea that I put this profile together to really bring some of these different elements to my profile here. And when I talked about lip syncing as well, I created everything from, you can see like on different business, the Bollywood one, 7,000 people on here, the business #1 marketing machine, 7,700, the normal business profile on here, then my different clubs that I shared, and then my funny ones. So here, if it will allow me to, hang on a minute, I'll just share with you on this one here. So you can just still have some fun as well with it. So people need to kind of see where there's a different aspects of it. And when I was talking about the lip sync as well, again, not everybody needs to do it, but I did it because I just wanted to add some little bit of fun for what I do, how I do it, and like, okay, just this one here, and I'll show you the business one. So again, it doesn't have to be that, but if you're a business person.
Hey, TikTokers, yours truly, Ghazala Jabeen. First of all, Happy New Year to you all.
So again, you can see that you can bring different graphics in that can move, like this one, to physically talking, sharing a little bit about your work that you do and keeping in with the trend. So one link literally is where everybody can see what I do, and they can work with me, whichever one that they feel that's appropriate for them. So if they want to do Bollywood, there's the click. If they want to do other stuff, there's the click. And they can also get a feel for, what is this woman like? You know, do I like her? Do I not like her? And there's a whole diversity to what I do. And in one quick snapshot, they can jump on that page and they've got everything there.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Very good. Judy? You're muted. You can't unmute. Oh, maybe I can unmute you.
Maybe you want to put something in the comments, Judy, maybe?
I wonder why you can't unmute. Okay.
She said 1 minute. I think she could probably put something in the comments. Okay, good. Whilst Judy's doing that, do you want to ask Caroline?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Ghazala, what did you say?
I would just say maybe Caroline as well, just met you there. So it'd be nice to sort of get your feedback.
Did you say?
Carol? Yeah, there we go, Carol. Yeah.
Carol.
Yeah.
Oh, Carol.
Carol, yeah. Amazing presentation, Ghazala. Congratulations on you know, coming on the successful journey, fulfilling journey, and the path, the mission that you're on to help people express themselves and fulfill their North Star. I have been inspired, and I am definitely going to take a look at all the links that I'm sure you're leaving all the links to what you do in the chat, and I'm going to save that and really take a look. And I am at a place in my business where I do need like a booster shot. But I've done quite a bit of education, but there's never enough. It's a never ending. It's a never. So you have really brought up some even more current technologies that I am not aware of that are amazing. So I'm definitely going to be interested in you know what you have to say and offer, and I'll be following.
Thank you so much. And you know what, you're so right. There is, you know, so much that's changing with us, and it's so important to stay on the page, because even for me in my professional capacity, every time I think I've just learned this bit and I teach this bit, then something else has changed. Even for a professional in my full-time doing this, I still have to maintain levels of growth as well, so that I'm delivering and giving the very best and the latest of information. I don't like missing out. And one thing I always say to people is, when they're working with me, they'll get the hot off the press of the information. You're more than current in receiving that, for sure.
Right. Yes. So that's a differentiator, absolutely, for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate, as you say, we all need some injection boosting of, business side ideas and need to motivate us, be inspired that there is more than one way to do it. And there are different options to explore. And I'd love you to share that, explore that with me. And I'll definitely feel free to even have the 30-minute free with me. I can feel for where you're at and where you need to move forward with. And at a glance, I can normally pinpoint areas that need this direction or that direction. So definitely let's do that. I think Judy's back on now, I think. Yeah, the mouse is.
Yeah, Judy, go ahead. Thank you, Carol.
Hi, thank you for doing that. Sorry about that mouse glitch. Three things really resonated with me, and it's so wonderful to be here with you, and thank you so much. Last year I was introduced to ClickFunnels for generating a website, and like you said, call to action. And one of the gentlemen that is he's in the two comma club of ClickFunnels. He presents, and every week he presents, and he resonated the same message that you said was selling. You really, the way he worded it was that if you ask any of his members, he has a live weekly presentation of using ClickFunnels for people's businesses. And he said, if you ask anybody that attends my weekly live session, they'll ask, what does he sell? And he'll say, I guarantee you that every one of them would say, he doesn't sell anything. And yet his sales, he's in the two comma club, so obviously he sells a lot. And so that just goes right into hand in hand with what you're saying. Just give people information, give them the call to action, let them know that they can come and work with you and how they can work with you. And that's selling, but it's really more of giving than it is selling. And then the other thing is your community involvement. That's one area that I am diligently attending to, and getting myself out there, volunteering my time, and giving to the programs and different things going on in my immediate area and worldwide, And so I commend you for that. It takes a lot to stay involved and still be able to support yourself, support your family, leave a legacy, do the things monetarily that you need to do. I think that just volunteering your time for free actually probably does more for your income than the things that you do that you're actually making an income from. And then your other thing is the continuous and consistent posts. Like you said, the cat humorous thing that you're just continuously and continually putting yourself out there, posting things that are interesting to you. If they're interesting to you, they're probably interesting to other people too. And so those three things really resonated with me. Those are the three things that I'm focusing on building myself up with. And so thank you very much for giving us that reminder.
Yeah, bless you. Thank you, Judy. And you know something, the bit that we do give back as well to society, community, and the projects has been the biggest player in my life to the work that I've got, because people see the good person doing good for other people. Where I waived all my professional fees for my Bollywood programs, I just help fundraising, supporting communities, helping raise money for the elderly, working with the children. People could see my profile, like that girl goes out, she does this, she does that, and she doesn't even charge her professional fees. I cover my backing dancers or props that we have just to cover expenses. What it gave me in return was major events that did pay off very well. And also my profile and the TV program was a part of it, because they were looking at which people in our communities are making changes in the communities. And that's when they realized the work that I did, because I did such a lot, it was everywhere. And then when they Google search it, if you guys ever did the Google search on Ghazala Jabeen, I'm all over the show. Even I was shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm everywhere. What's going on? And that really was showing all different areas of that. And they chose me as the winner of the entrepreneur category because I was visible, consistent, doing good, and in a good limelight that actually was making a difference to other people's lives. And that's when they came with the cameras, they messaged me. Next thing is I got the whole camera crew at my house. They're seeing the story. We go to the beach. We're doing the Bollywood with the presenter, which is recorded. It's gone on television. And then it's like, I'm shopping in my normal superstore and somebody said, are you the lady that was on television doing the Bollywood? And I'm like, yeah. Suddenly it was like, oh my God, what was that all about? You know, you don't realize you don't do it for that. You do it because you love doing what you do. And I think people need to see that there's a great balance of the human being. Then you do business, which makes you money. You do like Bollywood, which is fun. You do charity work, which is giving back. There's a nice balance in life that you can enjoy what you feel good about. You stand in the mirror and you think, today's a good day. I've got a Bollywood gig. And when I did a school in my glitz and glamour, and it was so hot that day, I went to the beach to get fresh air. And I was in the most glitziest of aqua color, just walking on the beach. And this 90-year-old man walking with his little dog came over. He said, am I seeing a mermaid? Are you real? He got talking to me. It was so cute that I made his day. He said, oh my goodness, what you beautiful princess looking mermaidy thing. I mean, I don't know, you've brightened my day. I don't know about anything else, but I'm glad I came for the walk. So you just don't know the little smile that's lifted somebody's day, and that put a smile on my little face. And you know, as my only request even for today is, like, even when I wrote the book, my book was making me, it was a grieving process. I went through the cathartic aspect of writing that, to take the heart out of my heart and put it in a book, but with a message to lift and inspire people. And you know, just the title itself that speaks it, loved, lived, lost, in sickness and in health. The only request I would say is, any point either on your list or wish list, I would love for you to go to Amazon, order that book either on Kindle or the hard copy. 3 reasons for it. 1, tributing to the dear love I lost. 2 was to raise awareness for pancreatic cancer, because it is one of the deadliest cancers in the world, because by the time you realize the symptoms, it's got a hold of you and your life is limited. And Martin's life was limited from our diagnosis to just short of 3 months, he died. So that's how serious it was. And 3rd reason was that I wanted to be the voice for those that never got heard and were misdiagnosed, and people's lives were gone because they said something was wrong and they thought they were depressed, as Martin was misdiagnosed 15 times by the time they found out it was too late. And I wrote that book, and I just can tell you, there were more tears on the paper than there was ink, and it was the hardest thing I've ever written, to all the things I write all the time for training programs, etc. So in that book is my most vulnerable space, that as how I even came through it, what I did. And people say, how do you even have the courage to do it? Because partway through that, I nearly died myself. I collapsed. I ended up in A&E. My child took me to the hospital. I had bleeds on the brain. They couldn't understand what's going on. And this was my grieving process, the stress of mama holding the babies, the home and life and business and everything. Even my Bollywood students, they said, we had no idea that your heart was aching, breaking, the world was falling apart, and you, like a professional, was teaching the dance and with a smile on your face, and nobody ever knew till we read your book. And once somebody said, we thought we knew you, Ghazala, but oh my goodness, we read your book and now we really know your heart. That's when you know, because a professor hired me in his organization. He said, you had nothing to gain from that book. It was never written for money. It was written as a tribute to the love you lost. It's raised £11,000 or 12,000 now to Pancreatic Cancer UK. You became a voice and an awareness campaigner for the cancer. You had nothing to gain from it, but you gave it all, and you kept going, giving. And the book is now in every continent around the world, not because it's going to bring Martin back, not because it's going to bring me any money on it, but because together we are working to make a change around the world for lives out there. And that's why I did it. And that's when people see that, oh my God, stripped bare, this is rip, raw, real. That's my tears within that book that people felt and saw, and the beautiful write-ups of reviews I had. And if anybody was going to do anything today, that as today's world you know, book day, I would urge you to go and get a copy of it and understand the girl that stands today to do the training. She's gone through a lot to be still standing and still delivering and still working with a smile on her face to do it. So thank you for that beautiful feedback.
Amazing, Ghazala, with your energy, all the things that you went through, and look at what came out of it. When you give, you get so much more back from, you know, you're being yourself, you're presenting not just the professional Ghazala, but also your true self that people could resonate. That's what I see in you, your heart, your pure heart.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for that. Omeka, you're next.
Next, yeah, that was beautiful as always. Just reminded me I need to look at the Network Marketing Magazine. It's like, okay, you've had a subscription. Let's take a look. So yes, and that's part of what I got from you. Like, well, I have a lot of tools and they're not updated all. I'm like, your YouTube channel is like, I was like, oh, that's so old. Everything. I'm like, okay. And just knowing what to do. It's like you can't change it on your phone. You got to go to the computer. And yeah, so either making a schedule or making a time, which that's one of my challenges. Or just when I think of it, do it now. Yeah, right. Do it now. Okay. So do it today. And thank you for the reminder. And yeah, everything. Got definitely a video to watch over and over again. I thank you for your knowledge and training and heart and love and diversity and bubbliness. And yeah, I've definitely resonated with it all. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my sister. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Linktree, loving the Linktrees. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes,
gotta
that was
keep mine up.
beautiful.
I just had to keep
Thank-
from putting everything. It's like, okay, hold it back.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you, Omeka. Angie, we haven't heard from you.
Auntie,
Are you
disappeared. Is she
are
still
you
walking?
still, can you talk or not? Love Angie, of course, Angie and Ghazala, you're connected, right? Or you
We are. Yeah, we've done quite a lot work together, and Auntie does have some funny things that she and I end up laughing over and updates it regularly. But we actually had a good catch up yesterday as well, so she's probably on her little wonders of walks at the moment. But you know something as well, Almeka, you just mentioned even like the time management side is sometimes challenging, and it has been for me over the years as well. And I really have, not just when I'm walking about my mobile phone, as soon as a date or something or call, I make a note of it straight away, because you get so busy and you can forget about doing it. And even the course that I've put together, people don't even need to do all 5 courses. If they just wanted to do one of them, which is that accountability and time management, you can even just choose the one course of that. I will send the posters in there and the details, but so please reach out to me about that, because if it just one segment of that module, that program, that just will give you that good discipline, that training to get you moving faster forward, then it's worth you know, going for that. But definitely sometimes we all need those little reminders and a kick up the backside maybe, or whatever, you know.
Yes,
Encouragement.
absolutely. Thank you. Angie, I saw you on mute. Are you still able to talk, or she's probably walking? But this has been an amazing presentation, Ghazala. I always appreciate you. You have so much wisdom. You are such a balanced person. Not only you're a genius with the #1 marketing machine, but you do Bollywood, which is, that's a high energy dancing. You're burning carb like crazy. Doing football. Oh my goodness, Ghazala, you're such an inspiration for all of us. Thank you so much for being you, really. So
thank you for recognizing that, Rini. I mean, you just summed it up as well. It is me. It is what I am. And I do put my heart on my sleeve, and what you see is what you get. And, you know, tough times we all go through, good times we share. but also in good space, you can just be yourself even more like I am here today. I can share my sadness, I can share my jolliness, I can share my madness, but it's also, I know, in a good, safe space around my sisters that respect it, appreciate it, and see me for who I am. And is literally what you see is what you get. Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. I see Angie unmuting. Go ahead, Angie.
Yes, I can talk, and if I know I hardly ever use Zoom on the phone, so that's a technical skill I need to look up. Beautiful as always, and Ghazala, you and Russ are one of the best examples that when you give value without being too much focused and too obsessed with the bottom line of money getting in, anything you touch will turn to gold. And it's always great to reconnect and listen to those little basics, to stay with both feet on the ground and make sure that we follow the steps daily, basically. So thank you for that.
Yes.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. Yeah, I know your course, your soul's purpose or something like that. Yeah, Angie is an expert in that area. So thank you again, everyone, for Ghazala, especially for your presentation, and all of you for your participation and contribution. Next week, we will have Barbara Mamano in her presentation is Story Changes Everything. And we're looking forward to that. With that, Ghazala, we're going to close this session. Thank you again for being here, as always so willing. Every time I ask you to speak, and you always just say yes. So we really appreciate that, and all of you. So until then, have a great day, a great week, a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thank you all. Bye.